Hey, what's going on? Welcome to West Coast Scooters. I'm OhManDan, and I'm going to be talking to you today about safety gear. Now, some of you might be watching this video, and you've gotten on the limes and the different rental scooters that you find on the corners and things, and said, "Hey, man, this is pretty cool." And most times you're out there and it's a spare of the moment decision and you get on there, you don't have any safety gear. Some people have literally fallen on those scooters and hurt themselves real bad because they did not have safety gear on. But the ones that haven't, they found themselves loving this e-scooter thing. And so what I want to do today is I want to um, make you all aware of some very simple uh, decisions you can make to protect yourself, your life, keep yourself from a lot of pain and agony by, um, experiencing something, an accident that may be out of your control. That happens to a lot, especially the veteran riders out there. They're like, "Oh my God, man, I don't want to wear no helmet," or even worse yet, put their kid on the scooter. You know, here in California, it's against the law for more than one person to be on that deck at the same time. It's against the law. In most states in the United States, it's against the law to have two people riding on a scooter at the same time. It just makes my skin crawl when I see people endanger their children like that, and mind you, people can do whatever they want with their scooters and their children. The question becomes, is it the right thing? Are you doing the right thing? And my situation, I'm literally, uh, I'm hell bent on safety. We have a club called West Coast Scooters, uh, kind of different, Yeah, we're an ordinary group of uh, riders out there riding extraordinary scooters, but we do it to help people less fortunate. So we're riding on what we call crusades into communities and helping constituents in those communities overcome a lot of their challenges. Uh, with food drives, clothing, uh, shoe drives, job fairs, education fairs, and we're and we love it. We love it. We love it. If you're out there and you want to become a part of West Coast Scooters and become a cog, which is a champion of good. That's what we're known for. Uh, but it's an organized group. So if you want to learn more about West Coast Scooters, go to www.westcoastscooters.org. That's westcoastscooters.org. All right, so let's just get into this video. It's going to be a relatively quick video, but basically we want to talk about what do you wear when you ride a scooter? Well, there are some laws that mandate that you wear a helmet. Um, and you better be careful on which helmet you wear because depends on the rate or speed of your scooter will determine which helmet can save you from getting a ticket. So my thing is, if you're riding a scooter, period, you should have a DOT regulated full faced helmet, um, which is a motorcycle type helmet. It's like this helmet right here. This is a full face helmet, but this one is what they call a modular helmet, meaning that you can raise the chin guard. It has a clear face shield, and it also has a shaded face shield for the sun. You definitely want to have eye protection on to cover your eyes when you're riding scooters because bugs and things hit you in the eye. And I'm telling you, some people's first response or reaction is to let go of those handlebars and grab their eyes. And mind you, when riding a scooter, at no time, I don't care how good you think you are, should you take one hand off the handlebar, ever. This helmet, of course, I've done a few things to it. You know, we got Bluetooth, so you can talk on your phone. You can talk to other riders in your group. You can listen to music. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with having a right kind of Bluetooth. This is a Cardo Bluetooth. My friend, he created this um, brake light called Brake Free. Alex and the crew out there, I really appreciate them. But they did a wonderful job in creating a brake light for your helmet that you don't have to wire or anything. You know, when you stop, it brakes. So the light stays on, but it brakes when you stop. So it's pretty good accessory for your helmet. I like this helmet too because it also has a light in the back. So I keep this one blinking while this one stays solid and for stopping. But this is a full face DOT motorcycle helmet that gives you all the protection you need when you're riding on an electric scooter. This community is called e-mobility. It's an e-mobility community. So you have e-mobility vehicles, which include e-boards or electric skateboards, one wheels, electric unicycles, um, uh, the and you know then the actual scooters, electric scooters, um, and all of these e-mobility vehicles are dangerous, but as dangerous as the rider is unsafe. It can be more dangerous for the next man than it is for the next, depending on how you determine whether or not you want to wear safety equipment. In our club, it's part of our constitution. It's part of our good creed. You literally have to wear safety gear when riding in our club. Uh, but let me go through some of the safety. And this is, I wear all of this. Number one, you always want to have eye protection. If you have a full face helmet that doesn't have a shield and you have to have goggles, then by all means get you some motocross goggles, or some people get snowboard goggles. But make sure you have some good goggles that don't fog up. Me, I prefer the modular full face DOT helmet. Um, but I wear these sunglasses under my helmet, you know, so I have my sunglasses on, even though I don't need them because I have two shields. I have two shields, but I'm so used to my glasses, and you know they're very, very good glasses. Um, you want to. There are certain areas that if you were to go down, if you were to crash on your scooter, that are automatically going to be injured. Some of the first injured places are kneecaps and hands, because those two places are the first places that hit the ground. And so, in order to protect yourself, make sure you walk away from, in most cases, unscratched. You want to wear proper gear. Some people think they're really good. Some people think, oh, not me. It's not going to happen to me. Some people think that, you know, hey, I'm riding real safe. I'm going really, really slow. And I visited a friend whose son was 18 years old, and he just got on the scooter, electric scooter, to take off and fell at less than 5 miles an hour and died. Died. No safety gear. It doesn't matter how fast you're going. You know, you can have a condition on the road. You can have paint on the road, water on the road, sand on the road, a pothole. You can hit a pothole and just change your whole future. Get a flat. There are things that can happen that you aren't even prepared for, that will cause you great harm without safety equipment. So what we say in our club is safety always first. And no matter how long or how fast you're going to ride, if you get on that scooter, you better be geared up because you just never know. Something can happen that is out of your control. Like one guy we just saw on a forum who got this scooter. He waited a long time for and got it, and went out there to take a ride. He didn't even have a full face helmet, and then he had a bicycle helmet on. And out of his control, it was a manufacturer defect. The scooter broke the front um, front stem area, right where the fork is there, broke, and he went flying off. You know, so and sometimes even if you do a pre-trip, you can miss that kind of thing. It's out of your control. You know, uh, we recommend, and if you're part of our scooter club, you will. It becomes a habit for you to pre-trip, pre-inspect your scooter before ride, and post-inspect your scooter after rides. When you inspect your scooters, you want to make sure you're checking all the screws, bolts. You want to check your stem, your fastener on your stem, make sure it's secure. You want to check your brake pads, your brake calipers. You want to check all your nuts and bolts that go to your wheels and on the motors. You want to check your deck, make sure it's free of any um, hanging anything or loose or broken metals that might do you harm. If you were to, some people on some scooters out there, and I won't name them, have they don't have really good workmanship, and so they have a lot of sharp edges on their scooters. You know, we call them razor blades, man. Uh, check your brakes. Make sure your brakes are have the proper adjustment. You know, your horn. Check your horn. Check your lights. Um, check your tires, your air pressure. Um, and check your charge. Make sure you have a proper charge, and that your scooter is charging properly. These are things that you do for your pre-check inspection, and then when you're done, you go over and you check. And while you're checking, you could be clean. You can be cleaning your scooter at the same time. A clean scooter will go further than a scooter that's never ever cleaned. Take care of your scooter, clean and wash, clean it. You may not be able to run water on the thing, but you can get a rag and wipe that thing down, and you can control with a controlled wet rag and clean your scooter really well, uh, without getting water in the deck and or parts that shouldn't have water on. You know, kind of let your scooter cool down. Of course, if it feels warm or hot. Um, but those are things that you just have to always do pre and post inspection. Don't ride people on the deck with you. Don't be out there trying to show off and do stunts and all of that kind of stuff, willies and everything on the streets. There are off-road places you can go, but you still want to be geared up. You want to be geared up anytime you get on that scooter. So let's go over the gear that I wear and that I suggest that I recommend everyone should wear. And we started from the top for the head. One of the most important parts is the head. You want to make sure that your head is protected. But not only your head, I've seen people whose ankles split, just cracked in half, man. You know, uh, Gloves. Your gloves should have padding on them, and this has armor on the knuckles, so that when you go down, and then also you should have protection in the palm area. So if you go down, and there is a way to crash, and we'll do that on another video. You know, there's a way to crash. I've ridden um, motorcycles and done stunts and racing and tricks and all of that for many years. I was a two-wheel enthusiast. Love doing those uh, real risky and dangerous maneuvers. And I stopped riding motorcycles 20 years ago because my kids were just concerned, and I was starting to lose a lot of friends because of cars out there were taking them out. So it really doesn't matter how good you are. You can be taken out by a car, by another. I had one friend, man, he was riding, and somebody stopped their skateboard right in front of him, and he went off. So you just don't know what's going to happen. That's why you got to be protected just in case. And if like we have training classes and things at our scooter club, where we call it scooter school, where we teach you how to ride the scooter, etiquette, scooter etiquette, safety features on a scooter, how the eco and the in your dual and single motor buttons and your P settings, and and so we go through a lot of things on there so that you become familiar with your scooter, and then you practice properly, practice the right things, and so so we do that in maintenance, servicing your scooter, and we all kind of collaborate together. So and then we all learn together. One person might have done this, might have done that, and we all kind of engage one with the other so we can find out how to maintain our scooters, because it's very difficult if something happens to your scooter and you need to get it worked on, to ship it overseas where you bought it from, or to ship it out of state where you bought it from. You need to know how to work on your own scooter. um, Probably tomorrow or Monday I'm going to be doing a brake bleed on Grace there, the Nan Robot D6 Plus. So I'll do a video and upload that. I did do a handlebar mod, which caused me to have to do a brake bleed because I unscrewed the wrong screw and lost fluid. So so it's a learning process though, but be willing to do it. All right. So you have your gloves. These right here are very important. A lot of people don't even wear these, but if you ride a lot, you will need some wrist guards to protect from carpal tunnel. Uh, you don't want carpal tunnel. And if you ride scooters a lot, it can happen just because the position and the force from, accelerating and going. And if you're a rigid riders are get more sore than comfortable loose riders. You know, Loose riders can ride further and ride longer distances, whereas a rigid rider, their arms hurt, their legs hurt, their wrists hurt, because they're tense. You don't want to be tense riding a scooter. But with practice, you get less tense, less rigid. Um, so wrist guards, real important. You don't want to put them on so tight that they cut off circulation. You just put them on so that they're snug and keep your wrist, your carpal protected. Okay. I tend to like G forms pads, but these right here, you probably can guess what these are. These are ankle guards. You'd be surprised how they, and you can't put them on wrong, because if you look at them, you can tell what part the foot comes out of and what part the heel comes out of. This protects your Achilles, and then these your ankle bones on the sides. And so trust me, it makes a difference. So you want to wear ankle guards, knee pads. These right here are, I think, probably the best G forms they have. These are the Pro Ruggeds, and they absorb shock really, really good, and they're very comfortable to wear. Very comfortable to wear. You want knee pads. You have to have knee pads on. A good pair of socks uh, as well. Like, I like these long socks, and they have a nice little design on them and everything. But I wear these up and under, up and under my knees, knee pads. So uh, the kind of socks you have on can help and determine, you know, foot fatigue, help you with foot fatigue, and you notice how thick these socks are. They're really padded. And since I'm talking about socks, let's go to shoes. You never want to ride an e-scooter in open toe shoes, sandals, slippers, or any shoe that does not have ankle protection. Even though we have the ankle guard, you still want an ankle protection. These are motorcycle shoes, and they're stylish. You know, they're really, really good shoes though. They're very comfortable, and they're really they really, really protect your ankle. You can feel the support when you're riding with these. You feel safe. You feel safe. All right. This right here is your hip pads. Um, you have a groin protector, you have buttocks protector, you have your hips and thigh protector. You definitely want to have your hip pads as well. I'm telling you, I done seen some scrapes, man, where, whew, get that road rash. It gets pretty bad. It's so painful. People can't even go to work. You can't put no clothes on. Could you imagine going down and now you can't even go to work because you got to heal these scrapes and it takes so long. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is body armor, uh, and this one's by Fox. You have the shoulder pads, elbow pads. You have the your abdomen pad, padding your ribs and your front area, and then you also have the back armor with tail protection, and then it wraps around your stomach to give you that support for your back. Really, really nice piece. I'm gonna put some links. I'm gonna put some links up a little later after this video is done. But that this just wearing those basic things. Even the mask. I love wearing the mask because it just really keeps your face comfortable and everything when you're riding. You don't get wind burn. Um, really, really good to wear. Some um, people of color, let's just go ahead and just put it out there, especially when you're out riding a bicycle, even bicycle, skateboard, whatever. For some reason, man, there are people on the roads that uh, that really target, try to take you out, man. Uh, and so our riders, we all kind of look the same. So we all like covered up. We're all covered up, and you can't tell who's what. You can't tell what color none of our riders are because we all look the same color. We're all one family anyway. We are all one, and we have different nationalities. You know, so but that's just something that you have to deal with out in on some of these trails and paths, even on some bike lanes on the streets. And let me tell you that there are laws that govern us, and we want to be able to ride these e-mobility vehicles, whether it's a skateboard, a one wheel, a unicycle, a scooter, e-bike. We want to be able to ride these e-mobility vehicles without obstruction or without having um, strict regulations and or banning them altogether. We need responsible riders out there making responsible decisions, out there doing the right things, riding on sidewalks, riding against traffic, turning in the turning lane with traffic and things. Some bicycles do that. You get to know your city and your jurisdiction. You know what you can get away with, but legally you can't. You have to follow all bike laws. That means you have to come up to the crosswalk, get off your bike, get off your scooter, and walk it across the spot. That's the law. But a lot of police don't push it. It's just like spitting on the sidewalk. It's a code against that. It's against the law. Even getting out of your car on the driver's side is against the law. But they don't push that. But if somebody hits your car door, then now you're gonna have all the trouble starts, because then the law takes effect. But if you're out there riding your scooter crazy, then your chances of injury, your chances of death increase. You have to be responsible. Just because you have a fast scooter don't mean you have to go fast. All right. But you got to be safe. You have to be safe. That machine back there is probably the safest, most stable, secure, and reliable scooter I've ever ridden. It's so comfortable. It's so smooth. That's the Dualtron X. Beautiful machine. Waiting on the Storm to come and the Wolf Warrior. But man, just safety. Safety is everything. And the thing about it is sometimes we get these scooters, and most of us have kind of graduated from Segway 9-bot, whatever. Mine was a Segway 9-bot Max. Wasn't real happy with it, but it was still a good scooter for that price bracket. Um, and but you graduate, you want more, 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 more. You want a more stable, a bigger, a better, a faster, And so uh, with that comes great responsibility. You got to do the right thing. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. And remember, anyone in your family that's riding, you have to make it mandatory that they protect themselves as well. And be careful putting your kids on these things. I'm talking about riding tandem. It's illegal for a reason because it's unsafe. And you'll be surprised. We was on one forum and the people were on there defending what they know is unsafe. It don't matter how slow you're going. It don't matter how safe you are. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. Number one, it's against the law. Number two, it is unsafe. Anything can happen. And you know who's going to catch the brunt of the injuries? The person in front of you that you're going to fall on. The person in front of you that's going to get damaged. She or he's going to get. They're going to catch a lot of it. And some people they put all the gear on and everything, and there are some kids, not that I'm coming against kids riding scooters. There are some kids that are more responsible than adults on these electric scooters. But you have to be, when it comes down to making sudden decisions on the road because of conditions, traffic conditions, and road conditions, they're just, some of them are just not mature enough to make the immediate decision need to be made. It comes with training. Now, if you're training your kids, just like with firearms and things, my dad had us out when we were like 7, 8, 9 years old, teaching us how to shoot gun, how to hunt, how to fish, and all that. It comes with practice. If we're practicing and you become responsible, then there are some kids out there that will outdo some of these irresponsible adults. But gear up, wear your safety gear. So now these are the items that you definitely want to wear, and I wear all, and it's breathable, so you're not hot. It's breathable, So I wear the body armor, covering, protecting my elbows, shoulders, my my breastplate, which protects my abdomen in the front, my ribs and sternum, back plate, tailbone plate, my hip guards, protecting, my scrotums, my buttocks, and my hips. Uh, Knee pads, ankle guards, wrist guards, gloves, proper gloves, um, ankle supported shoes. You want shoes that support your ankle. Just go to a motorcycle store, and then if you have, you know, get another helmet so you can have two for another rider that wants. You might have somebody come over that you want to go riding with, or somebody you want to teach to ride. Have another helmet and some other safety gear so that they can go. Because if they can't have no safety gear, you should allow them to go with you or go on your ride with you, because you need to have your safety gear. All right. All of this stuff is breathable. Even this this body stretch shirt is it breathes, man. It breathes. I like to wear my stretch pants. These uh, spandex type pants out there. With some short pants over them. Because they breathe. So they're gear that you can put on underneath all of the armor that breathes, and you're not hot and you're safe. Um, well, that's it. This is OhManDan from West Coast Scooters saying thanks a lot for watching. Please, by all means, press subscribe to my channel. You'll see on there right about there should be a red button. Push that red button and subscribe to the channel, tell a friend, and if you want to become a member, get on our website, www.westcoastscooters.org. That's westcoastscooters.org. Check us out, see what we're all about. We're not for everybody. It's a very elite group, and so very structured, very organized, but we're on a mission. We have a mission, and we're out to do great things for less fortunate people in many communities, may even help your family. And so we got a lot of things planned for the end of this year and the years to come. All right. So this is OhManDan checking out, saying bye bye. We'll see you next time. Get ready. I'll be doing a video on the bleeding your brakes on the NanoRobot D6 Plus. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time. Bye.